You hand over your best jacket at the dry cleaner. A week later, you come back to collect it, and it is gone. What do you say in English? Stay with me. Today, you will learn exactly how to handle this situation, step by step. We will follow a woman named Clara. She has an important dinner next Saturday. She wants to look her best. So she decides to take her favorite dress to the dry cleaner. The dress is dark blue. It has a small silver pattern on the shoulders. Clara loves this dress. She bought it 2 years ago for a special occasion. Clara walks into the dry cleaner on a Monday morning. The shop is small and clean. There is a friendly smell of fresh laundry in the air. A man named Mr. Holt stands behind the counter. Clara places the dress on the counter. Mr. Holt checks it carefully. He looks at the fabric and the label. Then he types something into his computer. He prints a small piece of paper and hands it to Clara. This paper is called a receipt. A receipt is a document that proves you paid for a service or item. It shows what you brought in and when you can collect it. Mr. Holt says, "Your dress will be ready on Friday." Clara takes the receipt and puts it in her purse. She thanks Mr. Holt and leaves the shop. She feels happy. Everything seems simple. Friday arrives. Clara finishes work a little early. She goes straight to the dry cleaner. She is excited to collect her dress. She pushes open the door and smiles at Mr. Holt. She opens her purse and takes out her receipt. She places it on the counter. Mr. Holt picks it up. He reads the number on it. Then he goes to the back room to find the dress. Clara waits. She looks around the shop. She sees many garments hanging in clear plastic bags. A garment is a piece of clothing. Shirts, trousers, dresses. These are all garments. Mr. Holt comes back from the back room. His face looks a little worried. He is holding nothing. Clara feels a small cold feeling in her stomach. Mr. Holt says, "I am very sorry, Ms. Clara. I cannot find your garment right now. Can you give me a few more minutes?" Clara nods. She waits again. But 5 minutes pass. Then 10 minutes. Mr. Holt comes back again. This time, his face is red. He says, "I am afraid your dress seems to be misplaced. Something is misplaced when it has been put in the wrong place and cannot be found easily." Clara takes a slow breath. She does not shout. She stays calm. She thinks about what to say. This is a good skill, staying calm when something goes wrong. If this story is helping you learn English, tap like. It helps other learners find it. Clara speaks clearly and politely. She says, "I have my receipt here. It shows the number for my dress. I need you to keep looking, please." She pushes the receipt across the counter. Mr. Holt looks at the receipt again. He checks his computer. He frowns. He calls to his colleague in the back room. Her name is Maya. Maya comes out and looks at the receipt too. Maya goes back and searches the whole rail of garments. She checks every plastic bag. She reads every tag. But she comes back shaking her head slowly. The dress is not there. Now Clara must make a claim. A claim is a formal request for something you believe you deserve, usually because something went wrong. Clara has the right to make a claim for her lost dress. Clara says, "I would like to make a claim for my dress. I left it here on Monday. You gave me a receipt. The dress is not here now. I need to resolve this today." Her voice is firm but polite. Mr. Holt looks uncomfortable. He says, "Of course. I completely understand. I am very sorry for this problem." He takes out a form from under the counter. He asks Clara to write down her details. Clara fills in the form. She writes her name, her phone number, and a description of the dress. Dark blue. Silver pattern on the shoulders. Size 12. Bought 2 years ago. Mr. Holt apologizes again. To apologize means to say sorry for something you did wrong. Mr. Holt says, "We sincerely apologize for this situation. We will look again tonight when the shop is quiet." Clara asks, "What happens if you cannot find it?" Mr. Holt explains that the shop has a policy. A policy is a set of rules a company follows. He says the shop will offer compensation if the item is truly lost. Compensation is money or something else given to a person because of a loss or a mistake. Mr. Holt explains that the shop can offer a percentage of the dress's original value as compensation. Clara listens carefully. She thinks about what Mr. Holt said. Then she asks, "What percentage do you offer?" Mr. Holt says, "We offer up to 80% of the original price if the garment was lost by our staff." Clara says, "I appreciate that. But first, please search again tonight. I would prefer to have my dress back. I will call you tomorrow morning." Mr. Holt nods and agrees. Clara leaves the shop. She walks slowly down the street. She is a little upset, but she handled the situation well. She was polite. She used her receipt. She made a claim. She asked about compensation. That evening, Clara looks for any extra information about the dress. She finds the original shop receipt from when she bought it. It shows the price she paid. This will be useful for the claim. She also takes a moment to think about the situation. She knows it was probably a mistake. Garments get misplaced sometimes in busy shops. She decides not to be angry. She decides to be clear and direct. The next morning, Clara calls the dry cleaner. Mr. Holt answers the phone. He sounds a little more cheerful. He says, "Ms. Clara, I have some good news. We found your dress." Clara feels a big wave of relief. She asks what happened. Mr. Holt explains that the dress was on the wrong rail. It had a different customer's tag on it by mistake. Someone mixed up the tags. Clara says, "I am very glad you found it. I will come to collect it today." Mr. Holt apologizes again. He says, "We are very sorry for the stress this caused. We will not charge you for the cleaning." Not charging Clara is a small form of compensation. It shows the shop takes responsibility for their mistake. Clara thanks Mr. Holt and says she will be there in the afternoon. That afternoon, Clara returns to the shop. Mr. Holt greets her with a warm smile. He goes to the back and comes out with the dark blue dress in a clear plastic bag. Clara checks it carefully. The dress looks perfect. It is clean and pressed. The silver pattern on the shoulders shines gently. Clara is happy. She thanks Mr. Holt and Maya. She says she will come back to the shop again. Mr. Holt smiles. He says, "We are very sorry again for the mix-up. It should not have happened. We have put a new system in place so it does not happen again." Clara nods and leaves the shop. Clara wears the dress to her dinner on Saturday. She looks wonderful. The blue dress fits perfectly. She tells her friend about what happened at the dry cleaner. Her friend is surprised by how calmly Clara handled it. Her friend asks, "How did you stay so calm?" Clara smiles and says, "I just remembered a few simple rules. Stay polite, keep your receipt, use clear words, and ask the right questions." These are good rules for anyone, in any language, but today, you practice them in English. Well done for staying with the story. Now let us review the key words from today. The first word is receipt. A receipt is a document that proves you paid for something or left an item somewhere. Always keep your receipt. It is important when something goes wrong. The second word is garment. A garment is a piece of clothing. Shirts, dresses, trousers. These are all garments. Dry cleaners clean garments for you. The third word is misplaced. Something is misplaced when it has been put in the wrong place. Clara's dress was misplaced on the wrong rail. Misplaced does not mean destroyed, just lost, for now. The fourth word is claim. A claim is a formal request for something you deserve because something went wrong. Clara made a claim for her missing dress. She used her receipt to support her claim. The fifth word is compensation. Compensation is money or something else given to you because of a mistake or a loss. The dry cleaner offered Clara free cleaning as compensation for the mix-up. The sixth word is apologise. To apologize means to say sorry for something you did wrong. Mr. Holt apologized to Clara more than once. It is important to apologize sincerely when you make a mistake. Let us also remember some useful phrases from the story. You can say, "I would like to make a claim." You can say, "I have my receipt here." These phrases are polite and direct. They work in many situations. You can also say, "Could you please look again?" And, "What is your policy for this?" These questions show you are calm, informed, and serious. People respond well to these kinds of questions. Clara's story shows us something important. When things go wrong, stay calm. Be polite. Use clear English. Keep your documents. These small steps make a big difference. You have done something great today. You listened to a full English story at B1 level. You learned 6 important words. You heard how to speak in a real-life situation. That is real progress. Thank you for learning with Fluent Story English today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like this video and subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a daily story. Leave a comment below using one of today's words, and share this video with a friend who is learning English.